For our first story, we have my girlfriend, 28 female, said it was suspicious that I am, 29 male, planning on staying away for the night once a month. I've been with my girlfriend for just over 4.5 years now. Things in the relationship are great and we both agree we'll likely get engaged sometime this year. One thing that started getting to me though is my lack of a social life, but also my lack of enjoying being on my own at times and doing things by myself. Whenever I have days off work when my GF is working, I'll tend to take them to relax, which I usually need, but I've been thinking it would be nice to get out and spend the day going to a different city, having a look around the shops, going for a few drinks and food etc., and just enjoying my own company and maybe even staying over so I don't have to worry about rushing the trip so I make the last train back. I mentioned to my girlfriend how much it's getting to me that I don't really do anything on my own and that I was thinking about going to a different city once a month or once every 2 months just to enjoy some time for myself and to enjoy my own company. I said I might stay over when I do this depending on how it goes. She said she thought it was suspicious that I've started wanting this now, but I pointed out it just explained why I want it now. She just said again it seems weird, but I just asked what's weird about wanting to start enjoying my own company. She said it seems like I'm hiding something from her and that it'll be an added expense, but I mentioned that it'd be using my money so it's not really her concern. She said I should reconsider and TVAT I shouldn't be wanting to have these experiences without her. I just told her it's healthy to do things separately and it's not like I'm going to be doing it every weekend. How would you handle this? TLDR, my girlfriend called it suspicious that I am planning to spend a night away once a month to once every 2 months after I explained I want to start enjoying my own company as it's been getting me down. That's the end of our first post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, "You didn't like the responses last time you posted this. You're just going to get the same responses." Our second commenter says, "How often do you plan to do weekend getaways with your girlfriend?" Our third commenter says, "I mean, if my husband suddenly announced after years together that he was going to go away once a month, might stay overnight, might not, we'll see how it goes. I'd assume we were heading towards a separation tbh. If it was something that was always from the start it would be different. But a new want or need to suddenly be away overnight, I'd be very Invite to a stag, cool. Going fishing, cool. But I just want to go and explore the world without you alone every month." Raised eyebrow. For our second story, we have 35 female 40 male. My boyfriend said he will never marry me. How do I proceed? Update. A lot of people shared their view with me in my previous post link, so I thought of sharing an update. As I expected, he is adamant in his stance. He was also a bit upset that I made him bring up the topic of his late wife as he doesn't like talking about her. I think he just doesn't like remembering that she's dead. But he also understood that I could have doubts about his commitment and where I stand in his life. I'm not quoting him exactly, but he said something like this: "My words have meaning, and because of this, when I make a promise, I mean it. I said that I will stay with you forever, so I will stay with you forever. If you want a ring, I will give you a ring. If you want to wear a pretty dress, we can get you a pretty dress. But please don't make me go against my word, because if I do, nothing I say will mean anything anymore. I could promise to love you and maybe stop loving you one day, and you cannot hold it against me. Mary was my first love after a string of broken relationships. I love the way I love because I learned it from her. I am who I am because of what I have experienced before. Please understand that sort of impact in my life. I have never compared you to her. I have never actively brought her up in our conversations. I don't even keep mementos of her in our home. I know he keeps them in the bank, out of respect for you. So why do you question my commitment towards you?" I honestly don't know how to respond at the end of that. My mind went completely blank and I felt like an idiot. I bawled my eyes out and he just conformed me. We live in a country where de facto partners have the same legal rights as a married couple, so I wasn't worried about those issues. I guess I just really needed to hear him affirm his feelings towards me. Those who commented that I merely want a wedding could be right as well. Maybe what I wanted was just the grandiosity of a wedding. So that's something I had to think about. And also, I won't lie that I was extremely jealous of his late wife. Resentment for her is definitely something I should also think about. Someone said couples therapy, but I think the one that actually needs therapy is me. But yeah, that's about it. I'm probably staying because I know he loves me and I do love him. Lots of introspection for myself from here on. Thank you everyone for your kind comments and suggestions. I hope you have a lovely day. That's the end of our second post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, I swear all the widow relationship posts in Reddit sound like a nightmare. Our second commenter says, I feel like if marriage is what you want, you should end this relationship sooner than later. You said you're staying, but I feel like you can't easily get rid of a desire to get married. It could nag you for a long time and your resentment will grow. Our third commenter says, you choose a broken pot and it doesn't want to hold any water. Can you accept it for what it is? If you really need water, then you need to let that pot go very gently. For our last story, we have title. Need advice. 33 male, husband wants a divorce over 33 female. My surprise bachelorette party that happened years. Link everyone. I'm in a really tough spot and could use some advice. My husband and I have been married for several years now, and we have 2 beautiful children. However, our marriage is on the brink of falling apart because of something that happened before our wedding. A bit of background. My husband and I had agreed not to have a bachelorette or bachelor party, as well as not to have a wedding. He felt strongly about this because I had already experienced these events in my previous marriage. I, on the other hand, wanted to have them but respected his wishes, or wanted to at least. One day, my friend surprised me with a bachelorette party. I had no idea it was happening, and when I arrived at my friend's house and found out, I was genuinely surprised and flattered. It made me feel loved and valued, and for the first time, I felt like I truly had friends who cared about me. I told my husband about the surprise party as soon as I got home. Unfortunately, he was extremely upset. He couldn't talk to me in a calm, rational way and buried his feelings. Over the years, the issue came up occasionally, leading to yelling, accusations, and him calling me a liar. The conversations weren't productive. I have struggled with communication since childhood, however. I'm working on it and it's greatly improving. Now, after all this time and despite having a happy and safe family life, his feelings have resurfaced, and he wants a divorce over this. I don't know what to do. I love him, and I want to make our marriage work, especially for the sake of our children. I'm also hurt that he would marry me and have children and then decide to end it for something I did in the past. I can't change what happened. Has anyone else been in a similar situation? How did you handle it? Any advice on how to approach this and possibly save my marriage would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for reading and for any help you can offer. He would like me to add the following. I wanted to call off the wedding before the wedding. And you slept over that night. When I told you it was weird, you insisted it was okay that you sleep over. He also says this event has caused him ongoing trauma every time he attends a wedding or bachelor party. That's the end of our last post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, either A. Your husband is batshit crazy, or B. There's a lot you haven't shared. Or C. There's something going on with him that you don't know about. I really mean no disrespect, but it's pretty hard to believe that you have the perfect marriage in every other way and he is going to leave because of something that happened before you got married. He may be using that as an excuse, but there's got to be more going on here. Either he is legit crazy, or he is hiding something from you, or you're painting an unreasonably positive picture of all other aspects of your relationship. From this distance, all I can suggest is couples counseling. I wish you both the best. Our second commenter says, what happened at the bachelorette that he's so mad about? Was there infidelity? Strippers? What exactly is he so upset about that he hasn't been able to let it go after kids and years? Our third commenter says, there's more to the story, OP. He doesn't give a shit about that party, OP. In fact, I'd bet money he relished the fact it happened. BC, he has something to fall back on to make you feel bad. It's his favorite fallback when he's done something to feel guilty about. He's up to no good, OP. When he brings it up again, calmly tell him, that's quite enough with the same tired guilt trip. What's really going on, BC? We both know it'd be something else you'd guilt me with if it weren't for that damn party excuse. What have you been up to? I'm nor stupid. That's all for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.